Welcome to the Vida Spiritual Connection from Vida Spiritual Learning Center, where you are empowered to create the life you desire. Our guiding belief is, by valuing and empowering all, we inspire a joyous and fulfilling life. At Vida, we study and practice the teachings of the science of mind and spirit founded by Dr. Ernest Holmes. Each week, we present an inspiring spiritual message, followed by a guided meditation. Now, here's today's message.
Hello, and thanks for viewing the Vida Spiritual Connection. I am Reverend Keven Kadel. To all of our Muslim folks, a joyous and transformative Ramadan. Throughout 2023, our theme is renewing mind and opening heart. In March, I am delving into renewal, your spiritual encoding for renewal, and your spiritual worthiness to renew. Today, the topic is Beyond Belief, Your Growing Edge. I begin with Howard Thurman, the great 20th century Christian metaphysician, champion of civil rights, and a leader in the nonviolent movement. And here's what Thurman called the growing edge. All around us, life is dying and being born. Fruit ripens on the tree. The roots are silently at work in the darkness of the earth, against a time when there shall be new leaves, fresh blossoms, and green fruit. Such is the growing edge. Thurman continues, this is the basis of hope in moments of despair, the incentive to carry on when times are out of joint and dreams whiten into ash. The birth of a child, life's most dramatic answer to death, this is the growing edge incarnate. Look well to the growing edge. Now, each time you heal your consciousness, you advance your growing edge. Each time you grow your consciousness, you advance your growing edge. And it's worth clarifying that in the science of mind and spirit, healing consciousness is slightly different than growing consciousness. Healing derives from some form of wound or pain or discomfort or disease which has gotten your attention. Healing has some connection to the past. Therefore, healing is repairing and recreating and renewing. Healing consciousness is the psychic equivalent to healing a flesh wound. You know, there's a pain, it bleeds, it scabs, it grows scar tissue, and it finally heals. Healing is also linked to becoming consciously aware that this phase of your soul's journey is on a course or a trail or a path. And once you're aware you are on a course, you might notice from time to time that you're not going in a productive, positive, constructive direction, or that the pace is too slow or too fast. A facet of healing is adjusting course, or abandoning the current course altogether, or it could be slowing down or speeding up. You know, as Churchill said, when going through hell, keep going. Once you're consciously aware of the trajectory of your soul's evolution, you know, you feel, you intuit when you're off course or off pace, and make the adjustments, sometimes even plot a new course. My example today is from my healing consciousness around career and my life's work and my calling in ministry. You know, work, career, and calling are at times three different activities independent of each other or on three different trajectories, we'll say. And like a lot of folks, it's been a lifelong effort, at times a struggle. And often I feel I'm living the old Yiddish saying, folks plan, God laughs. The recurring thoughts around career and work and calling were often apparently divergent or at odds. The work for livelihood appeared to be separate and distinct from a life's work that is rewarding and fulfilling for me, or distinct from what I'm called in my heart to do, which is not just rewarding and fulfilling for me, but has a greater contribution, work that is mutually rewarding and fulfilling for all those that my work touches. And try as I might, I would find unrewarding work that provided a livelihood, or find rewarding work that did not offer a livelihood, or work that was of service to others but not so rewarding for me. And it was something about the patterns, the habits, the beliefs, the past had a disproportionate influence over my conscious thought, and that translated into work that was at best a fraction, a shadow of my ideal work or career or calling. Those unproductive beliefs limited my healing and then growing consciousness. So therefore, growing consciousness is different than healing consciousness. Growing consciousness does not arise necessarily out of pain, disease, discomfort, but is in the present. It arises from a consistently positive state of mind. It arises from a vision of the richness of being fully present to the magnificence of the moment. Yes, I know, not all moments are magnificent. Some moments are challenging, painful, and the moment, be it bad or neutral or good, that moment is powerful and the best opening for your transformation. And to continue along life's course metaphor, growing consciousness is at times beginning a new course, or allowing yourself to be guided to a better course, or to allow the path to unfold, just to appear. Growing consciousness often arises from positive thoughts, feelings, intuitions, from catching that vision, that divine high idea. Healed consciousness teaches you lessons and liberates you from the past, and that frees you to grow consciousness from a positive poise. From a science of mind and spirit perspective, the growing edge then becomes, in part, a push of pain for you to heal consciousness. Growing edge is a pivot point between the comfortable and the familiar and the easy, to a faith-filled curiosity calling you to be more and to do more. The growing edge is kind of that horizon where you are actualizing your goodness. You are more fully living spirit. It is that moment of clarity, of connection, of circulation, of peace, of fulfillment, of contentment. The growing edge is a spontaneous love, peace, joy, and compassion beyond your wildest imagination. Now, there is a whole spectrum of unconscious habits, patterns, and beliefs that drives your life, especially when you're checked out. And going beyond belief is crucial to both healing and growing consciousness, to renewing heart and mind. It is important to distinguish between then declaring a belief and that body of not so conscious stuff that determines so much of your five sensory life, or what Reverend Michael Beckwith calls your sensorium. Merely saying, I believe, that is rarely describing an unconscious pattern, habit, or belief. And without a positive or negative spin on it, saying, I believe, it might be a feeling, an idea, an intuition that someone wants to improve or increase or expand. And over time, if one repeats that statement thousands of times, it might become an unconscious determinant of your choices and therefore your lived life. While one makes that I believe declaration, it is the feeling that has the greatest impact on creating a belief. The intention is to believe something loving, peaceful, joyful, and compassionate, to form beliefs in love, peace, joy, and compassion. For those beliefs already formed, to paraphrase Bishop Yvette Flunder, real spiritual growth requires confrontation, confronting your psychic pain, confronting your habits, your patterns, your beliefs. Spiritual practices help you acquire and hone skills to accurately, consistently, frequently monitor your thoughts, both conscious and not so conscious. And remember, conscious awareness gives you options. Spiritual practices are what you do to heal and grow consciousness. You're able to bring habits, patterns, beliefs to your conscious awareness. And once conscious of them, you can assess whether the not so conscious stuff is blessed and released because it no longer serves, whether that not so conscious stuff gets revised or improved, or whether you create brand new not so conscious stuff. And you do this primarily through the spiritual practice of affirmation or affirmative prayer. You're reminding yourself, you're replacing, revising, creating powerful, positive habits, patterns, and beliefs. And the key is integration. Set that intention, like I do on a regular basis, to integrate spiritual practices into everyday living. I liken it to an artist who starts with a subject and then creates line and color and texture. And the artist's well-honed artistic techniques integrate all that together to make great art. Or in music, it's the combination of melody and harmony and rhythm, plus the musician's well-honed musical techniques that integrate to make powerful music. And so it is in mind, science of mind and spirit, the mind that moves through a craft of spiritual practice to create the art of your spirituality, making your spirituality a work of art. So the science of mind and spirit lays out these principles, these tools, these techniques. And as you learn principles, you hone those principles through your spiritual practices and then integrate them into your everyday life. You create a life fantastically greater than the sum of its parts. For meditation, be able to take a moment to be present, to be peacefully single-minded as you look well into your growing edge. As I mentioned, for affirmative prayer affirmation, have an affirmation or even just a God quality at the ready to recite, to bring your conscious attention to something positive and productive as you look well into your growing edge. For journaling or spiritual study, have a paper, pen, or book with you as you look into your growing edge. For visioning, have the divine idea in mind. Feel the divine idea in your being as you look into your growing edge. And for the communal spiritual practices of being of sacred service or having a session with your practitioner, and when you tithe or participate in the beloved community, have deep compassion for yourself and others as you look into your growing edge. And be as mindful and compassionate of your growing edge as you are as mindful and compassionate of others encountering their growing edge, as you are as mindful and compassionate about the group or the organization or the community collectively encountering its growing edge. Integrating your personal, communal, spiritual practices, you heal and grow consciousness more easily, more quickly, more consistently, and across more areas of your life. You move beyond belief and you graciously encounter your growing edge. You expand that one life as your life and the lives your life touches. So let's turn together in prayer right now. So I call to mind right now, that one mind, one life, one heart. And it is universal. It is universal intelligence. It is a creativity. It is a compassion that exceeds all understanding. And it is felt as a love, a peace, a joy, a compassion, a health and well-being, and abundance in all good things. And it is everywhere and within. And knowing that's so about living spirit, I know it's so about me. That living spirit is living me as I live spirit. And what is true for me is true for all beings everywhere, and therefore it's true for you too, that you are living spirit and living spirit lives you. That within us and surrounding us is that love, peace, joy, and compassion, simply there for the expressing, the experiencing, the exchanging, the circulating, the connecting. So I speak my word that we graciously, courageously, and compassionately go through and grow through habits, patterns, and beliefs. Healing and healed consciousness liberates us to grow consciousness, to move through our growing edge, to be pulled by the divine high idea to more fully live living spirit. We gratefully accept natural, spontaneous love, peace, joy, prosperity, well-being, and compassion for ourselves and for all beings everywhere. And blessing the world as we are blessed, I give thanks for this answered prayer, for this communion in spirit. I release my word into the law of mind and action, knowing that revelation of love and peace and joy, that liberation is happening for you and for me right here and right now. And now it is, and so it is. Amen. Thanks very much. Please stay tuned for a wonderful meditation.
Welcome to the centering meditation. I invite you to breathe normally and naturally. I am going to ring a bell. And the instructions that I give are simply guides to enter into the stillness and into the silence where you might discover that your life is life itself. So, get into a seated position or a position lying down where you might feel comfortable, and just allow the sound of the bell to lead you into an internal journey. Allow your eyes to close. And just bring your attention as if it were a flashlight shining on one thing in particular to your breathing. Notice your natural rhythm of breath. Notice the pace of your inhale and notice the pace of your exhale. With every inhale, bring your awareness and your attention to your body's sensations. Notice if your belly is moving in and out, or if it's your chest that is expanding and contracting. You don't have to change it, just notice. Bring your attention now to your scalp. Notice if there's any tingling sensations in your scalp. And with all the gentleness and loving kindness that you might find within yourself, bring your attention now to your forehead and your eyebrows. Notice if there's any tension there. Notice your face, your jaw. Notice if you want to move it or relax it. Notice your tongue in your mouth. Notice if there's any tension there. And notice if you want to relax and let your lips fall apart just slightly. Notice your neck and your shoulders. Notice if they want to move. Also notice your chest and your back. Notice any body sensations there. Gently moving to your shoulders and your arms and hands. Notice how relaxed they are. And begin to simply allow your body temple to feel at ease and at rest just for a few more minutes. Notice your waist, your stomach, your belly, your lower back. Notice if you want to release any tension there, as well as your legs, and your feet, and your ankles, and your toes. Notice if there's any tension there and just allow it to relax. Keeping your eyes closed, bring your attention back to your breath. And just notice and become aware that you don't have to tell yourself to breathe. That there is an infinite intelligence that is in your body, orchestrating your breathing, your heartbeat, the coursing of your blood through the systems. That there's this infinite intelligence that digests your food, that eliminates it, that digests it, that takes it in, without you ever having to remind it to do so. That infinite intelligence that is running your body, that life intelligence, is who you really are. It is not only occupying the body, but it also is the body. And your body has a brain that also regulates the functions of your life. Notice and tap into that you are more than the body. That you are life itself. And that the I that is noticing all of this, is that observer, is that noticer, is really you. And that noticer, that observer, is not bound by your race, by your age, by your class, by your neighborhood, by the car that you drive, by your degrees, by your name. It is bigger than all of the accessories that you are. So enjoy that. Float in it. Bask in it for just another few moments. This concludes the meditation. I invite you to come back to it at any time to enjoy it over and over again.
Thanks for tuning in to the Vida Spiritual Connection. Please visit our website to submit a confidential prayer request. While there, sign up for our weekly email and receive the latest information for events, classes, and meetups. Remember to subscribe to Vida's YouTube channel, click like, and click the bell to get notifications. You can also find Vida on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Whoever sows generously also reaps generously. Giving is a spiritual practice. As you bless the world, you are blessed. Your financial contribution to Vida Spiritual Learning Center is an investment in your spiritual education and flow. Your contributions support your spiritual growth and this show, so it's a win-win. Use the link on our website, drop a check in the mail, or Zelle your contribution to 562-928-6460. Thank you so much for your generous support. Have a wonderful week and see you next time for the Vida Spiritual Connection.